Well, everybody, thank you for coming to this event. This is kind of the culmination of a year-long effort by the National Wildlife Federation to engage my fellow hunters and anglers on the issue of climate change. My name is Ed Perry. I'm an aquatic biologist who retired in 2002 after a 30-year career with the United States Fish and Wildlife Service. And I spent my entire career working to protect streams and wetlands from unwise development in Pennsylvania. After a few years of traveling around the country, my two boys and I were wade fishing the Susquehanna River like we've been doing for the past 25 years, floating down the river, camping on the islands. And at that time, 2005 was the hottest year on record. And the water was so warm, it was actually uncomfortable for us to be wading in. And being the old aquatic biologist that I am, I took a temperature reading down about a mile downstream from the Clarks Ferry Bridge, and the water temperature was 90 degrees. And that weekend, we saw hundreds and hundreds of fingerling bass floating downstream, the victim of a fish kill that was caused by this low flows, high water temperature that lowers dissolved oxygen and stresses the bass and makes them susceptible to this common soil and water bacteria called columnaris. Over almost half of the smallmouth bass in the Juniata River were killed in this fashion. And they had another kill in 2007. And some of our great eastern smallmouth bass streams have suffered a similar fate. The North Branch of the Potomac, the Shenandoah, and the North Branch of the Shenandoah have all had major fish kills. So at that point, global warming became real and very personal to me, because there's no river that I love being on in the United States more than the Susquehanna River, floating down that river, camping on the islands. So I was lucky that the National Wildlife Federation has focused all the resources, just about all the resources of this conservation group on trying to do something about climate change, because they look at it as I do, as the defining issue of our time. So for the past year, I've been crisscrossing the state of Pennsylvania. I've given 42 presentations so far to hunter-angler groups all across Pennsylvania, and asking them to sign on to a congressional letter that is in the packet for the press. And if we want to talk more about that afterwards, I can talk to you about that. But there's 670 groups nationwide, and you can see the list of groups here. And I am proud to say that Pennsylvania is a leader in the country. There's only one state that had more groups signing on than Pennsylvania. And two of the leaders in Pennsylvania are here with me tonight. Don Robertson, who is president of the Pennsylvania Division of the Isaac Malt League, and Ken Undercuffer is president of the PA Council of Trout Unlimited. So those of us who fish and hunt, who have been paying attention, see the danger clearly. The small degree of temperature change that's already happened, most of us really don't notice going from our air-conditioned homes to our air-conditioned cars to our air-conditioned offices and mall. But if you're a fish or wildlife, you already know things are happening. We've had fish kills in the Susquehanna River. Our fine trout streams, not only in Pennsylvania, but across the nation, are being threatened. The guys on some of the world-famous trout streams out west are saying that they are finding the highest water temperatures they've ever experienced in their lifetime. And these are old grizzled veterans that look just like I do. So they have a lot of experience doing this. And the reason is that the temperatures are up, the snowpack is declining, and the Environmental Protection Agency has forecast the future for trout across the country, and it's not good. We're expected in Pennsylvania to lose at least 50% of our trout fishery if temperatures rise as predicted, and that is the bottom level that they're expecting. Now you would think with all the money that us sportsmen contribute to our fishing and hunting supplies, I mean really the ridiculous amount, for example, I have 6 fishing rods, and my wife says to me, well, how many do you need? And I say, I need all of them. And actually, I probably need more than that. But you would think with all the money that we contribute, that we would be a force to persuade our legislatures to take action on climate change. Well, you would think that, but you would be wrong. Of our 19 federal representatives, we only have 6 in Pennsylvania that have co-sponsored legislation that will reduce carbon dioxide levels by 2% per year. There's bills in Congress right now that will do that, yet we are unable to get our 19 federal representatives to weigh in on this. They don't see the urgency and they don't see the danger that us sportsmen do. So today, what this event is really about is we are asking our senators and congressmen in a loud and clear voice that we need them to take action now so that we can pass on the same fish and wildlife heritage to our children and grandchildren that we are enjoying today. The carbon dioxide that we are putting into the atmosphere today is going to be up there for centuries. So unless meaningful legislation is passed very soon, we will be turning a very different planet and a very different set of fish and wildlife resources to future generations. My generation has had a significant role in causing the problem, and now it is up for us to do something about it. Sportsmen's organizations across the country and in Pennsylvania asking our representatives to take action, and we're still wondering why nothing has happened. I think part of it is that there has been a major disinformation campaign out there that really has confused the public to think that there's actually a scientific debate still going on about whether climate change is happening or not. They've actually looked into this and published a study in a peer-reviewed scientific journal that showed that for the past 10 years, a random sample of all of the articles on climate change, there wasn't a single scientific paper that disputed the fact that climate change is happening and we are responsible and it's going to get warmer unless we do something about it. At the same time, they looked at all the articles in the popular press in the New York Times, Los Angeles Times, Washington Post, and Wall Street Journal. Now, 3 of those some people consider to be liberal newspapers, yet in those papers, 18% of a random sample of all the articles on global warming found that over half said there was some debate as to whether climate change was happening or not. There is no debate in the scientific press. The debate is in the popular press. And some of the same people that are denying that global warming is happening are the same people that work for the R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company, and they testified that the science was not conclusive that smoking caused lung cancer. These same people are now working to say that there's no evidence that carbon dioxide is going to cause a change in our temperature. Well, us sportsmen that fish and hunt are seeing things out there. This is not modeling, this is not forecasting. We already know things are happening. So when we talk to our representatives, we are pointing out that we are seeing things on the ground. And this is not speculation. It's not speculation that the ice cap at the poles is melting. It's not speculation that the glaciers are losing mass all around the world. It's not speculation that sea levels are rising. The intensity of hurricanes is increasing. Every sign we have points to a warming planet, yet we are still delaying action, and it's really troublesome for our future that if we continue to act in this regard. So we're happy to have all of these groups signing on, and hopefully this is going to make a difference with our senators and representatives. And thank you all for coming today, and if you have any questions, we'll be around to talk afterwards. Thanks very much for coming.